There is a blue and green box that has sat in American kitchen cupboards for over 130 years. You have probably walked past it 100 times at the hardware store. It costs $2, maybe $2.50 now. The slugs eating your lettuce, the ants marching through your pantry, the powdery mildew spreading across your squash vines, they have no defense against what is in that box. None at all. But the companies selling you $40 bottles of spray would rather you never found out, because you cannot charge $40 for something anyone can buy for pocket change. My grandmother knew about this powder. Her grandmother knew about it. And today, I am giving you 11 ways to use plain old borax in your garden and around your home. The same ways practical people have been using it quietly for generations while everyone else was buying the catalog. The last one, number 11, is the one almost no one outside of old farming communities has ever heard spoken out loud. It is the reason I am making this video. Stay with me to the end. The white powder in that $2 box is sodium tetraborate. It is a mineral, not a chemical manufactured in a lab. It has been mined out of dry lake beds in Death Valley, California since the 1880s. Those 20 mule teams on the old soapboxes were real. 20 mules, 2 wagons, hauling 10 tons of borax at a stretch across 165 miles of open desert. For 6 years, those teams never lost a single wagon. That is the same mineral you are buying today for $2.19 at the grocery store. Before we get into the 11 uses, drop a comment right now and tell me what state you are gardening in and what pest is winning the war this year. Slugs, squash bugs, fire ants. Tell me. I read every single one. And if you are new here, please hit subscribe now, because I do not want you to miss what comes next. The first use is the ant colony killer, and it still works on every species I have tried it on. Borax does not kill the ant on contact. That is exactly why it works. The worker tastes the sweet bait, carries the poison home, feeds the queen and the brood, and the whole colony collapses from the inside. Mix 1 teaspoon of borax into 1 cup of warm water with half a cup of sugar. Stir until it runs clear. Soak cotton balls in it and set them on a jar lid right where you see the trail. Do not spray the trail. Do not kill the scouts. You want them to carry it home. In 3 days, the trail is gone for the season. The University of California Agriculture and Natural Resources Program has published research confirming that low-dose borax baits can wipe out entire ant colonies within 72 hours when the workers carry it back to the queen. The old kitchen table remedy and the university study arrived at exactly the same answer. If you have hostas, lettuce, or strawberries, you know the slime trail and the holes by morning. Borax draws moisture out of a slug's soft body the same way salt does, but it does not poison your soil the way heavy salt applications will. Sprinkle a thin, dry ring of borax around the base of the plant, about ½ an inch wide, keeping it off the leaves and off the stem itself. Refresh it after heavy rain. The slugs will not cross it. One of the simplest things I do in my garden every spring, and it works every single time. This one is different from pest control. This is feeding the ground itself. Borax in tiny measured amounts is a micronutrient. Boron, the element at the heart of it, is something every fruiting plant on your property needs in trace amounts to set blossoms properly. Beets, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, apples, and especially tomatoes. If your cauliflower heads come out brown in the middle, if your beets are corky, if your tomatoes drop their blossoms before they ever set, your soil may be starved for boron. 1 level tablespoon of borax dissolved in 1 gallon of water, sprayed evenly over 1,000 square feet of garden once a year, in spring. That is it. Oregon State Extension has been recommending this exact rate for decades. Do not double it. Boron is good in whispers and toxic in shouts. But once you correct the deficiency, the harvest changes noticeably. For those of you who already have your garden in, tomatoes 3 feet tall, beds mulched, squash running, this one is for you, and you can do it this weekend. Powdery mildew on squash, cucumbers, and zinnias. That gray-white dust spreading across the leaves faster than you can keep up with. Mix 1 teaspoon of borax and 1 tablespoon of cooking oil into 1 gallon of water. Shake it hard. Spray the tops and bottoms of affected leaves in the early morning before the sun hits them. The borax shifts the leaf surface to a pH the fungus cannot survive, and the oil makes it stick through light rain. 3 applications 4 days apart. I have brought back squash vines I was completely ready to pull and burn. You do not have to start over. You just need to spray. Mix borax with warm water until it stops dissolving. About 1 part borax to 8 parts water. Brush it or spray it onto bare, unpainted wood, fence posts, the underside of the porch, sill plates in the barn, firewood you are about to bring inside. The borax soaks into the wood fibers. When a termite or carpenter ant chews into it, the powder ruins their gut bacteria and they cannot digest cellulose anymore. They starve in their own tunnels. This treatment lasts for years as long as the wood stays out of driving rain. The commercial product that does the same thing costs $60 a gallon and is, I will tell you plainly, the same chemical with a different label. Not in the garden beds. Borax will hurt anything green it touches, so keep it far from what you want to keep. But in cracks where nothing should grow, the driveway, the patio stones, the sidewalk, dissolve 1 1/4 cups of borax in 1 gallon of warm water and pour it right into the crack on a dry, sunny day. The crabgrass, the dandelion, the creeping Charlie, gone within a week, and they stay gone for the season. No $40 jug of weed killer, just a watering can. Mix equal parts borax and plain white flour, or borax and powdered sugar. Dust a thin line behind the refrigerator, under the stove, along the back of the cabinets. The roach grooms the powder off its legs, swallows it, and does not survive. Texas A&M Extension has documented borax baits achieving over 90% reduction in cockroach populations in field trials. Fleas come in from the yard on the dog, and then they live in the carpet where the sprays never reach the eggs. Sprinkle fine borax into the carpet, work it down into the fibers with a soft broom, leave it 24 hours, then vacuum it up. The borax dries out the flea eggs and larvae hiding deep in the pile. Do this once in early summer and once in early fall. Keep pets and children out of the room while it sits. The cycle breaks and you stop paying for flea treatment month after month. On the cellar walls, the north-facing siding where the sun never reaches, anywhere mold creeps back every year. Mix 1 cup of borax into 1 quart of hot water. Scrub it into the moldy surface with a stiff brush and leave it. Do not rinse it off. The borax keeps working, drying out the spores for weeks afterward. It is not cleaning the mold and then leaving the surface unprotected. It is changing the surface so the mold does not come back. Borax does not kill mice quickly, but mice will not willingly cross a heavy line of it. Sprinkle a generous band across the threshold of the shed, around the base of the feed bins, behind the chicken feeder. The fine powder gets on their feet. They lick it off, and they decide your shed is not worth the trouble. The grain stays in the bin. I am not proud of where the mice go after that, but the shed stays clean. And now the one I promised you. The codling moth is the worm in the apple, the brown tunnel running to the core. It is the single worst pest of home orchards in America, and the reason most backyard apple growers give up or spend $30 a bottle on sprays that have to go on 7 times a season. Here is what the old orchard men did instead. In late winter, before the buds break, late February in the south, late March up north, take a heavy paintbrush and make a thick paste of borax in warm water, about the consistency of cream. Paint a wide band of it around the trunk of the apple tree, from about a foot off the ground up to 3 feet high. That is it. The codling moth larvae overwinter in the bark crevices of the trunk. When they wake up in spring and start crawling up toward the new buds, they have to cross that band. The borax destroys them before they ever reach a single leaf. One painting, one tree, pennies. This was written about in an old USDA Farmer's Bulletin from 1914 and then quietly dropped from later editions after the war once the chemical companies arrived with their spray programs. I have used this on my own apple trees for years. Last fall, I cut into 40 apples to check. 38 of them were perfectly clean to the core. That is the kind of harvest the garden catalogs do not want you having for free. A note before I let you go: borax is a salt. Too much of it will burn a plant down to the roots and can sterilize a patch of soil for 2 or 3 seasons. The old-timers measured in spoons, not cups, and they meant level spoons. The line between helpful and harmful is almost always the dose, and they respected that line the way you respect a hot stove. Keep it away from children and pets the same as you would any cleaning product under the sink. Use the amounts I gave you, and you will be fine. 11 uses, $2, a box that has been patient under your sink the whole time, doing the work nobody bothered to tell you it could do. Leave me a comment and tell me what state you are gardening in and what pest you are fighting this year. I read every single one. And share this with one gardener who is still buying $40 sprays for problems they already have the answer to sitting in their cupboard. Subscribe if you have not already. Next week, I am going to show you what a single cup of plain wood ash from the stove does to one of the worst weeds in any American lawn. One weed in particular cannot survive it. I will tell you which one next week. Until then, get out in the garden and use what you already have.